Hi everyone, my name's Sian. I'm the Deputy Head of Service for Victim First, the Victim Service in Leicester, and I'm just here today to just tell you a little bit about the Victim First drop-in clinic that we run at the Students' Union at the University of Leicester. So the Victim First clinic is held at the University of Leicester. Victim First is the victim support service for victims and witnesses of crime in Leicestershire. So we hold a clinic at the University of Leicester for any students who might have been victim to a crime, who need any information, advice or support from the local victim support service. So the sort of thing that people might be able to access support for are any crime type. So it can be anything from if you've been a victim of burglary in your student accommodation, or you might have been a victim of theft. We also cover fraud, sexual violence, domestic violence. So any type of crime that you've been a victim of, you can access that support through Victim First. The kind of support that we would offer is we would provide that emotional support. So we will sit and listen to you about kind of how it's impacted you and the impact on your emotional health and well-being, and we will also give you information and advice on your options in regards to reporting to the police. You don't have to have reported a crime to the police to access support from our service, and our support is completely anonymous, so we will just talk through you with your options in regards to your victim's code of practice. So as a victim of crime, everybody has rights that they are entitled to as victims of crime, so we will talk those through with you as well and just discuss what your options are and how we might be able to support you and navigate you through the criminal justice system. The Victim First clinic is held in the advice service in the Students' Union, which is at the Percy G building. So if you go upstairs to the advice service reception and speak to the receptionist there, they will guide you through as to where the support is. We do hold the clinics in one of the back clinic rooms, so it is completely confidential, but if you just speak to the reception desk, they'll be able to point you in the right direction. So the Victim First clinics are held during term time. They're the last Thursday of every month, and we start them between 11:30 and 12:30. We run a drop-in session, so you can just drop in and turn up. And then between 12:30 and 2 p.m, we have a booking system, which again you can book onto through the advice service desk. So the Victim First clinic can be accessed by any students at the University of Leicester. It's open to any students who are on campus, or even if you're staying off campus, you can access that support through the Victim First clinic. It's open to anybody who's been a victim or witness of crime, or anybody who feels impacted by a crime that might have happened on campus or in the local area. You don't have to have reported the crime to the police, and it can be any crime type that you access that support from. It doesn't matter whether it's a historic crime or something that's happened recently, you can still access that support through Victim First. If you attend the Victim First clinic, you will be met by one of our caseworkers who will go through our menu of support with you. So this is around emotional support, practical support and information and advice. So they will discuss with you what support it is that you feel you need, what's happened and how you feel we can support you, and then they will work with you just to provide that support with you. The support can be one-off in that initial session, so if it is just that you needed a little bit of advice, we can provide that to you in that session when you meet with that caseworker. If there is need for any ongoing support following on from that caseworker will discuss that with you and discuss how that will look. So there's a few options of how that ongoing support might be provided. It can be continued through the drop-in, so we could meet you here every month face to face, or you could opt for a different type of support. So it might be that you want a follow-up phone call, or you might want to be contacted via email. It would then be up to you how that support continues. The support would be provided on campus on that day. As I said, we've got the clinic room at the back, so that support would be confidential, and we'd go and sit in there with you and talk that through with you with one of our trained caseworkers around what support it is that you need. So as part of the support that Victim First provide, we do provide the emotional support, which is around talking about the impact and how you're feeling, but we can also provide different measures of practical support. So for example, if you've been a victim of burglary or you've had something stolen and you're feeling a little bit unsafe, we can work with you to provide crime prevention measures. So one of these measures is working with an organisation called 24/7 Locks, who can come out and do a crime prevention visit at your home, and they can put in safety measures such as as window alarms, extra locks and chains on your doors, and give you extra advice on how to keep your home safe. So this can be really reassuring for burglary victims, just to reassure you that your home is as secure as it can be, and to provide you with those tips to keep your home safer going forward. We can also provide personal alarms, so if you are feeling a little bit unsafe to go out and about in the local community, we can provide you with a small device to carry around with you, which sets off a small alarm. So it's just kind of something to carry around with you to help you feel a little bit safer. So as well as that emotional support, we have got those practical elements and that crime prevention advice we can provide as well. So at Victim First, we understand that not everybody is open to accessing that support, and not everybody understands kind of what support is out there. So there might be some nerves, understandably, in terms of accessing that support. So that's completely normal and completely understandable. So we would encourage you just to do that on your own time, in your own terms. As we said, there's no time limit in terms of when you need to access that support. So what I'd advise you to do is maybe pop up to the advice clinic, find out a little bit more about what the clinic involves, and then decide in your own time when you want to come and speak with somebody. When you do eventually meet with one of our caseworkers, if you decide that's what you want to do, they are completely trained in kind of that emotional trauma-informed response, so they will be completely understanding of how you're feeling and those nerves that you've got. The support will be given at your pace. There'll be no pressure to do anything. Everything that we do is we'll just provide you with your options. We won't kind of push you in any certain direction, so it'll all be done at your pace, at how you feel comfortable, and if after the first session you're feeling like actually it wasn't for you and you don't feel like you're ready to access that support, that's absolutely fine. There's no pressure to kind of continue with that ongoing support. So you know, we would just encourage people who are feeling a little bit nervous maybe to just find out a little bit more information, maybe go on our website, find out a little bit more about what we do, and if you are feeling like you want to speak to one of our caseworkers, then come along. They're very friendly, caring, supportive, and they'll do it all at your pace and at the time scale that works for you. As a new student in Leicester or an existing student in Leicester, you might be unsure who your local victim support service is. Victim First is currently the provider for the victim service in Leicestershire. We're commissioned by the Leicestershire Police Crime Commissioner, and we're based at Force Headquarters in Enderby. If you do want to find a little bit more information about who your local victim service are and who Victim First are and what we do have a website that you can visit, which is victimfirst.org. That's got lots of information about the support we provide and how to get in touch with us, which includes our helpline number, and we've also got a web chat facility on there. So if you did want to get in touch or have a look on our website to see a little bit more about what we do, then you can do. The advice service here at the Students' Union also have leaflets on our service, so if you do want to pop by and pick up a leaflet, you can have a look and find out a little bit more about the support we provide and ask the staff here about the questions surrounding the clinic.